Hakon, we're back. I was able to get about as many warriors from Strand as you wanted. More weapons, extra supplies too. You perk up, just now realizing Murder has been talking to you. Since Wagner died, everyone has been looking to you to make the decisions. It's exhausting. Hakon? Yeah, I heard you. I was just saying the Varl we sent to Strand have returned. The governor gave us most of what we wanted. Good enough. Much resistance from the governor? Some. I don't think he was happy about us buying his fighters using his own money. He also insisted we take on a lackey of his to watch over his property, a man named Eric. Eric, I met him. He seems competent enough. Regardless, the governor will have to get over it, unless he wants Dredge crawling through the streets. We put down every slag that has wandered through here while you were gone. Enough flapping of mouths then. You sure that wound is healed, Luden? I agree, enough has already gone wrong. If something happens to the prince on a mission of peace, the alliance would rot. Or worse. They're right. So, let's see here. Send him home, make his own decisions. He can make his own decisions. We would only be made to do this again later, and I will not suffer it a second time. Either take us through the wandering road, or do your job and slaughter some Dredge. Luden turns abruptly with a scowl. He stomps back to his ring of tents and followers. Wandering road's not an option with this many. I could crush that boy's skull with one hand. If Luden won't be deterred, you'll have to deal with it. Don't let Luden get to you. Let's go. I'm sick of looking at this dump. What do I tell the warriors, Hakon? Tell them we cover the mountainside and Dredge. Good. Give the word and we'll set off. Alright. So we're going to take a quick 5-minute break. I'll be right back, guys. Alright, so we just switched back to our other characters. So let's see what's up. You knew him well, didn't you? Wagner? No. Well, I don't know. I remember him. Always rushing around with some important business, but I never knew him. Never got a chance to talk much. Longer than I did, in any case. I suppose so. When he spoke, Varl listened. I knew that. I could use help here. The scrivener leans back, considering the sentiment. I've seen worse. They respect you for your ability to swing an axe. They need to respect you for your actions. But you're not talking to the right Varl. Mogul's got some skill there. Most of I can do is hold a quill. I heard you were a terror in your day. Do you know how old I am? Dare I ask? I'm competing, you know. Nobody knows how old we all can get, naturally. There's one by the name of Snorri. He's got a few years on me, just hunkers in Grafheim collecting rhyme. Bastard might actually beat me. Another one named Crummer is close too. I think, but the idle son of a bitch still welcomes a fight. He'll probably be off before I am, although. The scrivener gestures around him as if to remind you of the current situation. You chuckle. Anyway, point is, what difference does it make? I'm just a delivery barn for a Joran now. Can't remember half of what I've done. Hence the journal. Hence, don't get fancy on my behalf, Hakon. Okay, I won't. So, what are you always putting down in that journal? How do you mean? What do I write? I write what happens. That's got a banner. They've got a banner in Arborheim for that, you know. You mean the long banner? Yeah, the Menders woke up something that writes its own history. You want my opinion? I don't trust it. No? It tells a broad story. I think there's some value in the narrow. Whose story does it write? Mine, theirs, Luden's? God forbid. You relic. The gods have been dead for a long time. Have they? Old habits, I suppose. What do you suppose happened to the sun? Gods, how should I know? Never seen something like this before. Are you worried? Some of the Varl in the caravan think the world's coming to an end. Others think it's the best thing that could have happened. No more black months. I'll take it. If it's the end, I'm ready. What about the rest of us? To the depths with you. You consider what to say next. Get some rest. Always more marching to do. I've hoofed more hills than a horse born with a grudge. Don't worry about me. Let's see what Moger has to do. See if he can give us more respect with our troops. So I'd ask how you're dealing with Wagner's death, but I already know the answer. Do you? Steady, old Moger, which is good. I know most of these Varl, but they're not under my command. They came to follow Wagner. tell you the truth, I wouldn't want to be in your position either. Haven't you ever wanted to be in command? More than I am? Any more rope and I'd hang myself. I doubt that. I forget, you weren't around back then. At one point, I had more rope. I hung myself. So no, I'm not interested in command. It's all yours. Thanks. You think we're walking into a death trap? This many Varl? No, we should be alright. Things could get rough, though. I don't like being the one to send Varl to their deaths. I like worrying about myself, and that's the extent of it. Who would have expected Wagner to drop like that to a couple of slag? I'm still wondering what happened. He had hundreds of dead slag to his name. I don't get it. Just happens sometimes. No big moment. I'm sure it surprised him even more than us. Although I have to wonder. Nah, never mind. Anyway, I'll worry about the warriors. You worry about not doing something stupid. That's asking a lot. What were you holding back about Wagner? I'd rather not say, Heka. Why not? It's the kind of thing that'll get stuck in your head, and you need a clear one. It's better if you let me worry about it. If you say so, keep it to yourself. If there's a reason to bring it up again, I will. Anything you can tell me about the caravan? Throw together this many Varl, half of them want to hit each other, the rest want to be left alone. Anyone I should keep an eye on? There's a couple of clan leaders trying to show off for each other. Not a big deal. I got it under control. The fighters we just got from Strand aren't bad, but they're unruly. Give it a few days. And there are a few moaning about fighting for you instead of Wagner. Those are the ones to worry about. What about Luden's men? They don't want to hear anything from me, I know that. Any problems? Could be. Luden's pet Varl is named Percy. I'm not sure where he came from, or what his deal is. Bastard knows how to fight, but there's something I don't like about him. His girl in red is scary too, Ursa. She's probably the best fighter Luden's got, to be honest. I overheard some Varl call her the witch. Why is that? The flaming arrows, I think. It's a good trick, but the fire upsets our Varl more than the dredge. Still doesn't make much sense. Witch? They're not scholars, Hakon. I think they're mostly just afraid of her. That makes more sense. Don't let her find out. Let's get back to it. Let me know if you need something else. Alright. So let's take a look and see if we got any promotions. Left to give. One from Ogre. So he's going to be the armor shredder. Stand out the front, tank, and shred armor. Because his passive ability, the Shield Master strikes an adjacent enemy for armor damage before hunkering down and boosting his passive. So basically, now that we boost our armor break, we're also boosting this Bring the Pain move, our active. So it's going to be 4 damage plus 1, so we're going to break 5 armor, and then when we get hit, we're going to break another 2. Or another 1, sorry. Alright, that's good. Moving. We're also going to break a lot of armor with Eric as well. And then we're going to have Hakon and Gunnulf doing all the damage. So we'll just pair them up one with each other. Alright. So let's roll out. Look at that, says Moger. In the hills, more dredge. No more than a dozen, though. We could just as easily pass by up there and slaughter them. Luden overhears. That's a dozen dredge heading towards Strand, he says. You ask him when he started to care about Strand. I don't, he replies. I thought you did. So, Strand can handle it, Moger can send some warriors and take care of it, or we can deal with it ourselves. Let's deal with it ourselves, we'll get more renown that way. So, the caravan stops and waits while you Lead a small detachment up the hillside to take care of the dredge quickly. You tell Luton to stay by the caravan. He folds his arm and mutters something about being treated like a child. So Gunnulf's going to start us off. The big heavy swing. Go Mogre, hack on Eric. Should be fine. Actually, do we have any items? No. Alright, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's a lot of dredge. But 11. They'll have about 11 or 12 attack. Okay. So he's level 1, he can only hit 2 people. So we're going to put him in a place where he can hit 2 people right off the bat. We're also going to pick a corner with the least amount of enemies so the others have to come to us, which will give us some time to clear everyone else out. So, who has a lot of armor? So we're going to put Gunnulf over here. There. And we'll get Eric. Who's Eric? Bring him back here. Alright. So off the bat, spin to win. So let's see who's going to be attacking us next. Okay. So we'll break this guy's armor because Hakon's gonna tear him a new one. We'll do bring the pain as well, so that if these guys attack, actually let's see. It's probably not even gonna be attacked by this guy because this guy's turn order is off the screen. So it doesn't matter. We'll just break his armor. So we'll also try to get them all clumped up together so we can use their passive against them. Wow. Let's take this guy out. So I'm not worried about this guy. We'll get him before the next turn ends. Clumping up nice. Just delete this guy. Let's move him up there. Hopefully we can draw some people away. So, it's not going to be looking good for him. He's going to take a bunch of strength damage soon. But, we'll go this way. Let's give Sundering an impact. So now we're going to do a bunch of damage to all of them because they're all grouped. So we'll do Sundering Impact once again. So 10 armor, 9 armor. So this guy's got the most armor. We'll get rid of it all. He's actually got a retreat. I don't know if he's going to make it too far. But, we'll see. Yeah, next turn, he's gone. So let's just keep fighting here. I didn't even notice, but apparently Hakon also went down. What have I been doing? It's not looking so good. Okay. Let's bring the pain on you. But at least they're all lined up. We'll shred armor on all of them here in a second. Okay. This one's going next, so we should hit him. Minimize the damage coming back our way. This 11's also pretty scary, but we can do a bunch to him too. And this guy's also got 11, so we'll whittle him down. Alright, so now we're in a good position. So they all got 5 or 4 health, so it doesn't really matter. Just attack the next one in queue, I guess. Doesn't matter. And just like that, it's done. So not the best of outcomes. But we got promotions on everybody, so that's good. We haven't lost a fight yet, so let's hope to keep it that way. Okay. You can hear Luden's hard-booted trot as you set up camp for the first day. Brace yourself. Can we speak as equals? We can try. It seems clear to me you plan to kill a lot of dredge along the way. Am I right? You're not wrong. Then listen carefully. Don't assume only Varl can fight. You understand me? That is my banner, replied Grofham, the banner of armoring, and I insist on joining in on battle. Almost gutted in your first encounter and ready for more? Or whatever you like, Prince. And, I expected more resistance. From Wagner, maybe, but not from me. So, they tell me, you were his kender. That's why you're in charge now. Some sort of next of kin Varl thing? Don't you take on his responsibilities? That doesn't mean I care what happens to you, in my own way. Why the tough act? In my own way. And stop acting like I'm a thorn in your side. When you're nearly 200 years, it's hard to take a 20-year-old man. Seriously. You better start. We'll both be kings someday. That's the last thing I need to think about right now. Luden looks at you as though you just punched yourself in the face. He heads back to his tent before saying whatever was on his mind. Okay. So let's take a look at our heroes. So we have a lot of damage on Gunoff and Hakon. But we go with the promotion. We're going to give him exertion so that he can move farther, get into position to do those hard hits. But we should also be giving him armor as well, if we can. So that he doesn't just get whittled down in fight. So one there. Do one there too. Mogur's got his next ability. So it's pretty good on the tank duty. So we'll do that. Hakon can get a promotion. Eric. Alright. So we'll promote Hakon as well. What to do? I think a little bit more armor would be good on him. Some more strength. He's already got 2 out of 3 in the other stats, which is pretty decent. His exertion stat being at 2 means we can really buff his armor breaking if we need it in a pinch, or his damage. Let's do that. A lot of them all started with 11. So Doesn't really matter. $13 more. We got. Eric was actually really helpful that last fight, running around, breaking all that armor. So we'll just divide him. Give him a bit more armor, a bit more strength. Alright. So we're doing alright. We'll probably sit out one of them in the next fight. Ursa, right? She watches you approach with her head tilted back and points a thumb towards the tent. Now I'm here for you. Oh. Can we talk? Ursa shakes her head, no. Smile on her lips, eyelids low. Why not? I don't. In those two curiously contradictory words, you get two impressions. She has a beautiful, obsidian voice, and this might be a complete waste of time. She watches you expectantly. Yeah, well, it's been fun. She crosses her arms, hand on her chin, and cocks her head to one side. Until next time, Ursa. Hakon. You stop and look over her shoulder. I'm a witch, so be careful. She puts her forefinger to her lips with a soft shh. You depart, not quite sure what to make of that. Let's go see his other bodyguard. You have a moment? As you approach Bercy, he lowers the book he was reading. He doesn't strike you as the book reading type. You're Bercy. You're Hakon. We've gotten that out of the way, haven't we? I had some questions. Say what you want to say. What's a Varl doing working for What's a Varl? You go. What difference does it make? It looks like you're in charge right now. So do me a favor and don't get Ludin killed. He's important to you? No, but that's one way to put it. Can I trust you? What a loaded question. Depends what you mean. Whose back will you have if things go wrong? Assume I'm looking out for myself, and you'll figure it out. Does Ludin understand that? Ludin doesn't even understand that half of his army is here just to protect him from the people he talks to. Where'd you learn to fight? The same way as you, by fighting. You know what I mean. I robbed well-protected merchants for at least one man's lifetime. Is that what you mean? Yeah, not anymore? I've had a lot of jobs. I won't keep you any longer. So they weren't much fun. As you step away, you can't help but wonder if there's a bit of threat behind that gravely request. Alright, let's hit the road. So I could rest to recover some of their wounds, but we're coming up on a town, I'll probably rest there. You overhear a conversation while marching alongside the warriors. I'm happy to stomp some slag as much as the next Varl, but I didn't join up to take orders from Hakon, says one. Apparently he doesn't realize you're within earshot. Not willing to die for him either. So, the Varl are a race of giants, so we're going to challenge him to a fight. Who will you take orders from, you ask loudly. Wagner's dead. We can decide right now. You raise your fist. He does the same reluctantly. His best shot's not bad, but you've had a lot worse. You grab him by the horns, swing his entire massive frame through the air, and plant him into the ground. What's his name, you ask his companions. Gris. Take care, Gris, you reply. You hear them laughing at his misfortune as you wander off. So hopefully, he doesn't just kill us in our sleep. A small gathering of tents come into view. A group of merchants, from the look of it. You ask what they're doing here. We were camped out at the Godstone ahead, one tells you, leaving an offering to Dangle. As one does. His expression turns. Dredge start appearing out of nowhere. Some of us stayed. Thought the Godstone would be safe. But damned if I know why. We've been dodging them since we left. So assure them the way to Strand is clear and send them off, or ask if they have anything to trade. If they are merchants, let's see what they got. Not much, he replies. Anything of value we left at the Godstone. I've never seen this many Varl in one place before. You have to deal with those dreads, you nod. We could part with some of the supplies if you need them. They keep them. As you like. If you're passing Stone, I have a request though. My wife's brother stayed behind. You know him by the necklace with many gold rings. If you see him, say we are safely in Strand. You agree, and the merchants continue onward. The caravan slows unexpectedly. Word travels down the line and then to Moger, who tells you, Dredge know we're coming. Probably saw us back at Birdfell, and did their usual lurking. Could have been bad if we'd plotted into them, but we saw them first. Dredge watch you, waiting to see what you do. When's the last time you commanded a few hundred, Hakon? Asked Moger. Don't overthink it. The warriors can take care of themselves. So, war. When you come across more enemies than your party can handle, you're engaged in war. Give your army orders to fit the situation, but be prepared to get your own hands dirty too. By making battle easier for yourself, you'll end up with a higher casualty rate, or you can take burden on yourself with a harder battle but save more lives. If you're ever desperately outnumbered, it may be best to turn and run. So, Dredge line the battlefield, weapons drawn. The fight seems inevitable. You take a quick head count. There must be at least 602 of them. You have 185 fighters and 466 Varro. The two forces are about evenly matched. There is no guarantee of victory here. So it's 50-50. We have quite a few runes. I'm wondering if we can stop and rest. No, we can't. So I should have done that before. So right now we got two big injuries. But let's see here. Oversee, retreat, hold them off, formation, charge. You start comparing weaknesses and strength, taking into account terrain, morale, and the look of your enemy. If you're careful, you should be able to keep your forces balanced. You consider taking your trusted allies and leading the charge, battering down the enemy. It will throw you into the thick of battle where fighting is most dangerous, but a strong charge can save lives. What else do we got here? You consider making a wall and skirting the battlefield, buying enough time for you to help the weak and the wounded make their escape. It's a risk. Your orders will take the brunt of the attack, but it may save more lives in the long run. What else we got? Retreat or oversee. Looking across the battlefield, you wonder if tactical approach would be best. If you keep your weapon sheathed, you'd be able to take in the fight from afar and give orders with a clear head. You can never tell exactly how it's going to turn out, though. Alright, so let's go fight. In formation. Okay. So Bercy's a Warhawk, same as Gunulf, but he's not as strong at the moment. Let's see here. I think I'm going to swap out Hakon here. Bercy. You know they're both in bad. He's 13 and 8. And Bercy is 12 and 9. So they're about the same. Do I take the archer or Hakon? think we do this.